the Afrozons show, and this is How Far.
Chilling with my girl Sheila O. How far?
And How Far with Sheila O.
Sheila O. On How Far.
How Far.
How Far.
And you're watching How Far with my main person.
Sheila O, baby. Tune into How Far.
The only place where hip hop meets Afrobeat. They're all packaged together. Then you had to kill them with DKT. No, stop it!
This is Femi Kuti. Tune into Sheila O on How Far. Ororororo. You will not regret it.
Watch How Far with Sheila O. Fridays and Mondays at 10:30 p.m. GMT +1 on HIPTV, DSTV. Powered by Star Rattler and Beirut.
Hey yo, how far? How far now? What's up, Wagwan? How you all doing? Hope you all keeping safe and living your very best lives. My guest today is a Ghanaian businessman and the founder of Empire Domos, a multi-million-dollar business in the real estate industry of Ghana. He also established the Kgm Foundation as a philanthropist. Empire Domos is a privately owned company which develops prestigious and exclusive homes throughout Ghana and Africa at large. This young mogul in his 30s is also the managing director of Empire Concrete. In early years after his university education, he worked with Atrium Park Development and later worked and partnered with New Generations Construction in the United Kingdom to develop luxurious houses for sale. After gaining a wealth of experience, he returned to Ghana in 2015 to start making major waves and strides. He is a serial entrepreneur, a philanthropist, a mogul changing the game across Africa. So happy to call him a friend, Kojo Jones. How far now?
Hi, Sheila.
Hi, Kojo. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much for seeing me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome to Empire.
And welcome, Empire. This is a beautiful place to be at. Thank you so
you.
much for having me, Kojo.
You're welcome.
Kojo, thank you so much again for seeing me. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
One thing I wanted to start straight away with, just hit the nail on the head, is the shift in business. Back in the days, you know, you had to be really old school and much older to be well off, to be wealthy, to even get on Forbes list. There was no Forbes list then, but hey, you know what I'm saying? How has this transition affected you, or how do you see this new shift with Young Wealth? Because you are pretty young and doing what they do, the old folks.
Sure. I think Africa is now seeing a lot of entrepreneurs springing up. I think it's just like America, where you start to see young people making money from a very early stage. You're starting to see that in Africa now. It just tells you that we're actually moving up the ladder. We are developing continent. And once you start to move up the ladder, you start to realize that entrepreneurs, young guys, young ladies are all, interested in business and they want to actually make a difference. That's what you see, and that's how come it's time to see a lot of new, young, wealthy businessmen and women coming up in Africa.
So what is your background? I mean, where were you raised and where did you go to school?
Okay, so I was born in Tema. I went to school in Ghana.
Tema is in Africa.
Tema is in Ghana. It's actually not too far from here. I went to primary school here in Ghana, and then I went on to do my JSS, which is junior secondary school. Secondary school as well in Ghana. Then I moved to the UK for my degree, where I studied law, and I did my master's in oil and gas management.
Awesome. Where did you go to in London?
To London Metropolitan University, and I went to Coventry University.
All right, that's good.
Yeah.
So do you think that played any role towards you being an astute businessman today? The fact that you've obviously been schooled by 2 different continents.
Absolutely. I think I had best of both worlds. Knowing Ghana and living here and schooling here, I had the privilege of understanding the culture, understanding what Ghana is made up of. And schooling in the UK as well exposed me to a lot of things. It exposed me to the system, exposed me to how things are done in the developed world. And actually, my passion to become an entrepreneur started from university.
Yes.
Where I started cleaning sites with a friend of mine.
Okay.
He's Zimbabwean, called Kutsi.
Okay.
We just came up one day and said, listen, we need to make some extra money. So we went to construction sites and we just kept asking them, we want to do something for you, we want to clean your sites and all that. And that's how the passion for even construction and real estate started, because
That is priceless.
I was interacting with a lot of developers and, construction companies. And that's how the passion, came about.
I have a similar upbringing as well. I was born in Nigeria and I went to school in London,
Okay.
went to University of Westminster, did my degree and my master's out there,
Sure.
and then I live in America now.
Okay.
And I remember going to the UK and I had a hunger.
Yeah.
So unlike my friends who were based there,
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
happy to either sign on or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I was just trying to find my hustle. My first job was KFC.
Wow,
so
wow.
so I think we have
Sure,
similar
sure.
training when we go abroad because of the way
Absolutely,
what was
absolutely.
instilled in us in Africa.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about your businesses. So what
Yeah.
businesses are you into?
Okay, so we're into quite a few industries, but the one I'm going to focus on is the construction.
Okay.
Empire Concrete was established to supply ready-mix concrete to developers, contractors. The reason why I actually got into that business was because we want to contribute to the infrastructural development of Ghana. And to do that, everything around us here is concrete.
It is.
Everything about infrastructure is based on concrete. So we just thought, okay, why don't we come and set that foundation and help contribute to that? As a result of that, we got into construction our own selves because we had most of the materials that we required to do construction. So Empire Domus also sprung up. So we're doing some luxury residences in Cantonment. We have a hotel project coming up.
You're gonna show me this,
Yeah, I'm
right?
going to show you all
'Cause
the
I want to
projects.
see it all.
Yeah,
Okay, go on.
Hotel project coming up in the airport area.
Okay.
We have hotel apartments also coming up in the airport area, and quite a few other projects. Yeah.
Wow, that's really awesome.
We also have a trading company where we import and export commodities.
Oh.
This is Kgm Trading.
All right.
Yeah, that's another business.
So which international companies or businesses have you partnered with? That you would say has aided what you're doing at Empire?
I don't think we have any international collaborations. However, we have funders and partners. By the way, we have affiliations with a lot of international corporations, especially because the business is more of a family business. Okay,
Right.
we have an oil and gas sector.
Yes.
We have an agriculture sector. With oil and gas, we work with the likes of BP, Glencore, and things like that. But for the construction part, most of it has been done in-house. But yet, we still have some affiliations with some funders.
I appreciate you telling me that.
When you look at Africa today, Africa has everything that the Western world needs.
Yes.
We have gold, we have diamond, we have almost all the natural resources that are required. And therefore, I always say that Africa is a beacon of hope because we have to light the candle for the world to have hope. And a good thing is that Africa is now starting to realize how to add value to their natural resources.
Yes.
And industrializing Africa, having industrial activities here is what we are pushing as entrepreneurs here in Ghana and in Africa to get the youth to start thinking about how can we manufacture things ourselves rather than importing things into the country and into the continent.
Yes.
And that's the only way we can empower ourselves, that's the only way we can grow, that's the only way we can make a difference, that's the only way we can compete on the international stage.
Totally agree with you because back in the days, like in say countries like Nigeria, Nigeria is known for oil, and then we get the oil, then we now send the oil out. Oh, please refine it, and they sell it back to us. Then in Ghana is known for tomatoes and all the big things, of course, gold, then the puri. So you get the tomatoes, then you ship it out, and then you buy it back as a tin tomato when we can actually get refineries. So that's why moguls like yourself exist, I guess. So to show it's possible.
We have government policies also in place that are helping push the agenda, like
Beautiful.
one district, one factory,
I like
Ghana Beyond Aid, and I think the objective of the president and how he's thinking is how we all have to, think to move Ghana and Africa forward.
I totally agree with you. So on the more social side, how do you distress? Like, it sounds very busy. It sounds very busy doing what you do. What do you do to, as they say in America, woosa? What do you do to relax, and what do you do to recalculate your body yourself?
I think that's a very good question because some of us are extremely busy, but I like to always go outside a crowd, go into the hills, try and relax, try and find myself, You know, I'm also very sporty. I like
Okay.
to play basketball, tennis. Very active in those things, using the gym. Sometimes going out, hanging out with friends to the
Okay.
bar. You know, I have a life.
Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. And then what about charity? What do you do for charity? Because you've been blessed.
Yeah.
How do you bless others?
Okay, so
to whom much is given, much is expected.
absolutely.
So
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So that's something that I take very seriously. Giving back to society. I have created a foundation called Kgm Foundation, which focuses on 3 areas: clean drinking water, school supplies, and youth empowerment. Okay, clean drinking water. We still have areas in Ghana, unfortunately, that don't have clean drinking water. So we're just breaching that gap. And you know, if we want to develop and we want to get to a developed stage, we need to breach all these gaps, give people the fundamental basics that they require. So that's what that part of the foundation does. And education is also very important.
Very.
You know, the more we educate our people, the better we will get. You know, we have better leaders, and that's what we're doing. So we're enhancing that. Educational supplies, you know, schools that don't have enough educational supplies, we step in and then we supply that. And youth empowerment, which is something that I'm very passionate about. Everyone knows that I drive that agenda because we have to work on the youth of today.
The future.
Because they are the future, you know, generation and the future leaders. And if we're able to work on them, get them to see life from a very different perspective, I mean, we're guaranteed of having a continent that would achieve the goals that we set for it. So that's what we're doing. We actually have some fundraiser activities coming up in the States as well. Which
in the US.
I'll keep you informed.
We can't wait. We will be there with the cameras, lights, and action.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely will be there.
Absolutely.
It's a good thing you mentioned the US.
Yeah.
There seems to be a disconnect between, I know you grew up in England, but there is, but you do travel to America.
Yeah.
So there seems to be a disconnect between Black Americans and Africans. Why do you think that exists?
I think it's just a matter of time, you know. And now that the awareness is going around, people are starting to go around to try and find their roots. So it's just a matter of time. But I think that initially they were not bothered about where they actually came from. You know, they just accepted the system as it was, and then things were just moving on. But now, because of what is happening in Africa, the awareness Africa is getting stronger.
Black
so
Panther movie.
Black Panther, all that is giving them a reason to start looking back and, you know, trying to ask themselves, where do I actually come from?
Yes.
Where are my roots? Things like that. So we are hoping that it gets better. We're hoping that Africa moves beyond what it is today, and we're hoping that the youth of today are able to also make the right decisions to be able to impact Africa and impact the continent.
I totally love that, and we're also hoping that they come home.
Sure.
Because a lot of things were discovered by Black Americans. That shows you how, you know, technical that they are. You know, from traffic lights to phones to this to that. Imagine when we fuse. Imagine that would be scary. That's $1 million call right there. It's the Afrozons show, and this is How Far.
Chilling with my girl Sheila O. How far?
And How Far with Sheila O.
Sheila O. On How Far?
How far? You're watching How Far with my main person.
Sheila O, baby. Tune into How Far.
The only place where hip hop meets Afro beats.
The whole package together. Then you had to kill them with DKT. No, stop it!
La, this is Femi Kuti. Tune into Sheila O on How Far. Ororororo. You will not regret it.
Watch How Far with Sheila O. Fridays and Mondays at 10:30 p.m. GMT +1 on HIPTV, DSTV. Powered by Star Rattler and Beirut's.
Hey yo, how far? How far now? What's up, Wagwan? How you all doing? Hope you all keeping safe and living your very best lives. Welcome to How Far with Sheila O, where I go one-on-one with musical geniuses, entrepreneurs, forward thinkers, the powers that be, world leaders. I often travel the globe to go see these guys on How Far with Sheila O. Every Friday and Monday, 10:30 p.m. GMT +1 on HIPTV, powered by Feroz and Star Rattler. Kojo, you went to the extinguished Harvard University
Yes, I
for a speaking engagement with them. What was that all about?
Okay, so I think the Harvard program happened as a result of they looking for people within the continent actually doing something or making a difference. And we were recognized, I think we had quite a few people from Ghana were recognized to go and talk to them. And I think the main focus of the program was to try and speak to people in the diaspora, the students in the diaspora, to get them to understand, number one, the opportunities in Africa. And a lot of them are thinking of moving back and they don't know how to go about it. They want to hear our story, how did we make it and stuff like that. And it was a very, very humbling experience. We're able to paint the picture that they needed to see about Africa, because some of them were not even sure as to what we have here.
Yeah.
You know, and like I always say, because we're a developing continent, development comes with opportunities.
That's right.
Okay, and the opportunities are endless. But one thing I would say, or one thing I said to them was that moving back home, you need to train people a lot because they are used to systems. And that's one thing I came back and I realized that, okay, it was a big challenge for me. Getting people to see things differently, getting them to understand the system. You have to create the system, you have to train them, and you have to get them to work according to that. And you have to constantly train them to get and achieve what you want. The other thing as well is funding opportunities are not as easy to come by as compared to the developed world. So that's one thing you also should consider. You come with your money, it makes things easier. Because you have access to low interest rates in the UK, in the US, absolutely. And here it's just something else. So these two things, I think, were the challenges that I faced, and I think that anyone moving into Africa to be an entrepreneur or establish a business should consider these two things critically. Yeah.
I like that. And finally, what advice would you give to another up-and-coming young mogul like yourself, who's watching us right now and thinking like, these cats are in their 30s, you know, I know yours is like lower, so how can that be me? What would you say?
I think it comes with a lot of determination and hard work, and a lot of focus. It's not an easy journey.
No, it's not.
The age itself doesn't make it any easier.
No, it doesn't.
You know, so you have to be persistent in everything you do, set your goals and make sure that you achieve them within the bounds of the law, you know, no matter what. And I think for me, that's been the underlying factor of my success as a young entrepreneur. I've just always had my eye on the prize, and I set goals and I make sure I achieve them. And I think that's what has worked for me, and that's what I can give back and tell people that, you know, it can get difficult, you know, but sometimes you having your eye on the prize and you staying focused is what gets you out of it.
Okay. You need to tell me one thing though. It's not a question, it's more like an observation. You walk into a meeting and you're the youngest one there. Have you ever been walked out like, this small boy, what are you doing? What are you saying? Like, do you ever get that?
Absolutely.
From the old schools, do you get that?
Yeah, I walked into a meeting in the UK, okay, to discuss a project. And I walk into the meeting, but prior to that, we had been exchanging information. They had never seen me, so when we got there, I'm talking big numbers. So when we got into the meeting, they're like, "Oh, you're the PA, right?" I was like, "No, I'm Emmanuel, Kojo Jones."
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you look so young." And I was like, "It's okay. Just give me the money."
Just give me the deal. Yeah, that's all that matters. Thank you so much, Kojo. I really would love to have a little tour around your enterprises,
Sure.
to show people that it's for real.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.